Okay, so what we have is you should have in front of you a good section, a good chunk of notes that you took on Tuesday, you worked on it yesterday, and you have with you today. So the research that you have found, you've been taking notes. It does not matter how you take those notes. Most people will organize their notes by their source. Down the notes from that source, then they'll go ahead and write down the notes from the next source. But that's not necessarily the way you're going to put them in your paper or in your essay. So the second step of the process, this outline, becomes very important because your notes are more random. And that's okay, that's how we all take notes. So this worksheet or this outline is designed to help you do two things. One, it's designed to make sure you don't forget anything in your essay. And two, it's designed to help you organize all those notes so you make the decisions now about where you want to present your information. You can always change things, move them around, take them out, add additional information in during the revision process. But right now we're going to take some of the difficulty of writing out of the mix by thinking about how we want to write it and where we want to put it first. That way when you get ready to start writing your draft, you just look at this outline and you just go, I start here and I just write these into complete sentences. Now the biggest mistake that students make when they do an outline is they write too much information. The only person that needs to decipher or decode your outline is you. It doesn't matter if I can't make sense of it. The only person that has to do that is you. So it's your own shorthand, it's your own ideas, it's your own coding. So number one here, this is going to be your topic. Please feel free to write the notes that I'm writing on the paper. What are you trying to persuade the audience to believe? You need to, at this point, turn your research question into a position statement. So you already have a question for researching, okay? This is clean water. And right down here, and this also can be your lead. Now your lead is something that is awesome. You want to give your reader some sort of startling statistic, a very interesting fact. You want to kind of hit them between the eyes, so to speak. What is going to be the first words on your paper and the first words out of your mouth to get us immediately hooked on your topic? Clean water, because of my age, I would start my speech out or my essay out and say, there was a time in not so distant history was considered dead. The water was so polluted. There was not a single living organism in the lake. Today, the lake has come back because of the Clean Water Act. That would be my lead. I would get your attention by pointing out a startling fact. Okay, and by the way, that is a true fact. In the 1970s, Lake Erie was considered dead. There was not a fish in it. There was not any plant life in it. Okay, it was so polluted. So I would start out with something that would really get people to go, whoa, I need to listen to this. In between your lead and your position statement needs to come your gist. The gist is 2 to 3 sentences, you guys all know this, that give us the main idea of your paper or your essay. Clean water is important for all human beings on the planet. Without clean water, we cannot survive. You need to give a couple sentences that tell the reader what you're going to argue. Then I need to take my question and develop my position statement. If my question is, what is it that keeps our water clean? Then my position statement might be, it is imperative that we maintain the Environmental Protection Agency regulations to keep our water clean and pure. Okay? So I'm going to take this question and I'm going to create a statement that states very clearly whether I am pro the topic or con. Am I for it or against it? My position statement has to make that clear. Now, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to look through all of your notes. And you're going to have to kind of think them through and figure out what are the three big ideas I want to present to prove my point. All the notes that you have taken most likely is evidence and information about your topic. So how do I draw a conclusion as to what the three big points or three key ideas are? You can have more than three, but no less than three. So some of you may say, but I have 4 reasons. That's fine. Okay? But give your conclusions here. So I've got a lot of information about clean water, but it is has a direct impact on health. It has a direct impact on food. Without clean water, we end up with things like E. coli on our food. Okay? It has a direct impact on other species on our planet. So of all the information I gathered, these are the 3 conclusions I came to. So you may not have this in your notes directly, but you have the information that forms these conclusions. Okay? These then become your paragraphs in the body of your paper. They're separate, and for every paragraph in the body of your paper, you must have a topic sentence. That would be your reason. You must have key ideas, and you must have evidence, which includes direct quotes. It also includes cited, notice it's spelled C-I-T-E-D, information. Okay? If you give statistics, numbers, facts that someone else has discovered in their research or published in their research, you still have to cite them in your paper. Even if it's not a direct quote, even if you haven't lifted their words and put them in quotation marks, if you say that 70% of the Earth's oceans are polluted, the number seems a little high, but I'll make that up. Where did you get that statistic? It's okay that you wrote it in your own words, but that came from Scientific Monthly. You have to still put in parentheses where that information came from. Okay? Now you're not going to cite everything. You still draw your own conclusions in here. You put your own knowledge in here, but you're going to have quite a bit of things identified as being cited. So we have 1 paragraph, the introduction. We have 2, 3, 4 paragraphs here in the body. 3 paragraphs, but up to paragraph 4 paragraphs total. We have another paragraph that deals with a counter argument and a rebuttal. My counter argument is that it's too expensive to regulate factories to keep water clean. Manufacturers are going to say the cost is too high, the products cost too high, people don't buy it. I'm then going to come back with my rebuttal, the big but blah, 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 blah. Okay, this is a separate paragraph. Next on your worksheet are your sources, 4 to 6 sources of your information. You probably already have that listed on your notes page, or you have a source page started as I directed you to do on Tuesday. So you can simply make a little note on your outline, see notes page or see source page if you want. You don't have to rewrite them on here. I'm okay with that. Now, once you've done your worksheet, this is how your outline of your argument would look. Introduction of topic, position. If you've got this all outlined, You've already got your notes on the front. You can start outlining them here. Introduction of topic. Lake Erie. That's all I'm going to write down. I'm the only one that needs to know what I'm going to use. So I have enough information in my notes that all I have to do is figure out I'm going to start with my Lake Erie story. My position is we need to maintain clean water. Reason number 1, health. Is this an ethos, pathos, or logos argument? Maintaining our health. Clean water helps us maintain our health. Which one?
Logos.
Logos. Is it logical? We want to stay healthy. Is it also emotional? Maybe. It depends on the information I put, but it could be emotional. So what I'm doing is I'm circling to make sure that somehow in my paper I cover the 3 appeals. Okay? What is my direct evidence? Do I have any statistics or numerical information? What quotes am I going to use? I might just write down for quotes here, Dr. Smith. Because in my notes I have a quote from Dr. Smith and I want it to go here in my paper. Do you see how this is just designed to help you figure out where things are going to go? You don't have to write your essay on this outline. Does everybody understand what I'm showing you? So you're just jotting down notes. Okay? 1, 2, 3. If you need to add a reason number 4, you can add it. The second page that you have is for your counter argument, your rebuttal. I just put a $ because I'm going to talk about the fact that the EPA regulations are too expensive. What's my rebuttal? Okay, public good. I'm going to talk about how we have to be more concerned about the benefit of all, not just the benefit of a few who make money, but all of us need clean water. Then I need a conclusion, and this is what your conclusion must have in it. First sentence, restate your position. Remember, restating means that you do it in a way that doesn't copy or say exactly the way your position statement is written originally. Number 2, review reasons. Without clean water, we impact people's health. We hurt other species. What else did I say? And we damage the possibility of growing food. You're just going to restate or remind your reader what your reasons were, and then you end with a so what. So what? You've given me all of this talk about clean water, so what? You're going to hit them with right between the eyes again. You really need to buy into my argument here, people, because this could be the end of civilization as we know it. Without clean water, everything's going to disappear. One last thing I need to tell you, and then I'm going to let you get to work. One thing you might want to put on your outline is the structure of this paragraph is this is a power 1. Again, we talked about the key reasons and the evidence. Okay? There is no pattern to this. There's no specific order to this. But at the end of each paragraph, you must have that final power 1. There needs to be a so what here, a so what here, and a so what here. At the end of each body paragraph. The reason for that is this so what, and this so what will create a transition into your next reason. It provides for the transition sentence. Okay? All right, so step number 1, take a whole bunch of notes. Step number 2, spread those notes out and figure out how they're going to fit into your paper. You do not have to use every note you took. You might have to go get more information. I don't know where you are. Step number 3, you get this side of the paper going once you've got all your information, and you start right at the top. Write your sentence, write your sentence, write your sentence, write your sentence, and you just go right down your outline. I have lots of these. If you need more of them, grab notebook paper, staple it to it. If you need more space, draw arrows, make this a mess. When you write your first draft, don't get hung up on writing sentences perfectly, because that's what revision is for. If you're stuck, I don't know what a grabber I'm going to put, but it's important that we have clean water. Just write it down. You can fix it later. Okay,